on to making the offer. First off, what to say to a homeowner when negotiating with them. What you want to say, you want to keep things very, very simple. And so let's say you're sitting down with them and you've come to a certain price that works for you and works for the seller on the property. So what I would say would be, if we were able to buy your property and just take over payments on your loan until we get the property resold, would that work for you? Simple as that. Just the phrase, taking over payments. Anytime whenever you're negotiating for subject to, simply use the phrase, taking over payments. So, what not to say. Don't say subject to. Don't say to a homeowner, well, we could buy your property subject to, and what that means is blah, 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 blah. No need to do that. You can simply just say, hey, if we were able to buy your property, take over payments, take over this debt for you so you didn't have to worry about it, think about it anymore, would that be something that we could talk about? And then you go from there. Now, oftentimes you will get the question, well, what does that mean? So my name's still going to be on the loan? And then you would say yes. Yes, the loan would stay in place until we get the property sold down the road. And who would accept this kind of offer? A motivated seller. Someone who needs to sell, not just someone who wants to sell. And one of the biggest time wasters for investors, especially when they get started, is wasting time with unmotivated sellers. Because oftentimes you may have to sort through 20, 30 leads that come in from your marketing sources before you get to the kind of motivated seller that we want to work with. We want to work with the kind of people that by the time we're sitting down in front of them and we let them know our service and what we could potentially do for them, that the last thing on their mind is us buying the property subject to or taking over payments and their loan staying in place. That's the last thing that these people are worried about, because we're working with people who need to sell, not just want to sell. And we, I guess mentally, in our head, in getting started, one of the things that helped us was we just said, okay, that's our standard way of doing business. In the real estate world, real estate agents and such have a completely different way of doing things, but our standard way of doing business is offering to take over payments on someone's loan until we get the property resold. So another quick tip is don't think for other people. That can be one of the most costly mistakes that you can make in this business, because end of the day, a lot of times the most important thing isn't necessarily the cash that they get from the property or their credit. A lot of times so much emotion is built up in the property that if they can get rid of that stress and out from under that debt, then they'll accept your offer.